Ideo and Life Cycle Case Study Learning.
What are the sustainability knowledge and skill sets needed by business school graduates? A challenge is to provide opportunities for students to master sustainability-related vocabulary and frameworks. Life cycle cases might be used to reveal economic and ecological consequences of product development, use, and disposal. Learners might be instructed to examine the ethical, economic, and ecological implications of every step in the life cycle of a product. This life cycle pedagogic approach is uniquely structured to promote a holistic outlook, while emphasizing local, global, and future issues and trends of sustainability. Desjardins and Diedrich, 2003. Ideo is a free web resource with product life cycle exercises and instructors' materials aimed at helping to educate students about how companies can work to reduce the negative impact of their operations and use sustainability as a lens to bring into focus the design of new products and services. Learners are made aware of the need to add environmentally sustainable value to society in addition to improving the bottom line. Learners need to develop the knowledge base and skill sets to develop and promote products and services that balance the needs of the environment with the needs of people. This Ideo procedure suggests a series of questions that product developers can use to think through the choices they are making. Going through these leads to the acquisition of knowledge about sustainability. An example is the question: does a product depend upon, or produce, substances that endanger human health, or the health of ecosystems on Earth? Figure 3.1 illustrates the product life cycle, specifically addressing a common question learners have: where does it come from and where does it go? Ideo, 2008. Figure 3.1. Product life cycle. The product life cycle is an analytical approach to teaching sustainability. This option opens up consideration of opportunities and orients students to making product design innovations. Typically, the focus is on product manufacture and product use or consumption, but, as the life cycle diagram shows, this is only one aspect of the larger system. The essence of the product life cycle approach is that it shows students how narrow the typical view of such phenomena are, and how much can be gained by broadening perception. The power inherent in the product life cycle can be utilized in exciting, important ways, and motivating learners to bolster their own awareness and that of their peers. The product life cycle is a way of realizing how empowering such awareness can be, promoting a holistic, systems managerial perspective toward sustainability. Prompting students to ask revealing questions and fomenting their desire to seek answers leads management students to the acquisition of knowledge about the key topics of sustainability. Boren and Metcalf, 2010. Part of what makes a product life cycle pedagogy effective is how complex processes are broken into basic, visualized elements, thus opening up all kinds of questions learners will be excited to ask, like, what goes into making your product? Materials, energy, resources, what goes out into the world as a result? Toxins, persistent compounds, solid waste, where do the resources come from? Ecosystems, communities, economies, where do they go? Into the air, the soil, and ourselves. Does your product depend upon resources that are limited, or not renewable? When? Where? Does your product require more energy than necessary to fulfill its function? What kinds of energy? When? Why? Does your product depend upon, or produce, substances that endanger human health, or the health of ecosystems on Earth? Are there behaviors that your product encourages that are harmful to individuals, or to society at large? Once it is clear to learners that the broader, holistic view of product life cycles opens up a wider world of possibilities, they will identify opportunities for change. Some initial questions they may ask are based around the premise of reduce, replace, and rethink. For example, Can you reduce energy consumption or material use at any stage of the product's life? Can you do more with less? Can you replace a toxic substance with one that is less so? Can you completely eliminate the use of a problematic process by radically rethinking the solution, negating the need for the process entirely? Looking through a sustainability lens does not necessarily mean it has to become a sustainability project. Quite the contrary. The sustainable design lens is one of many we can apply to a problem. Think of it as a facet of a project, rather than the entire gem. It is simply another way of looking at things, an internal inspiration and an external exercise. Powerful and effective though it is, this is not a tool that will create a solution, but it will start a conversation and provide direction. It may provide inspiration. It will surely create a common platform for discussion that can support robust dialogue throughout the course of the project.